it was Jim Harbaugh that and went to Chicago, but a team like a guy like that I hope there's a quarterback guru that trades for Justin Fields for super cheap and he becomes fucking amazing. Because I feel like if he can just be behind like Matthew Stafford for a season, and then Sean McVay has Justin Fields, wouldn't that be unreal?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
That's kind of risky for. I
Well,
agree with you, but I just don't think it'll.
if you're the Rams and Chicago tells you, "Hey, we're moving on from Justin Fields. We're going to draft somebody here. Give us a fifth round pick for Fields." Would you say no,
Fifth round pick.
dude? What did Josh Rosen was a first round pick in the following year? He went for a second.
Yeah, I'll take a second. I like the
Yeah,
seconds.
but the thing with the difference is Justin Fields is entering the final year of his contract.
Yeah, I think whatever team trades for Justin Fields, it's like a 2 year thing, and you're gonna pick up his option and see what you can do. Like I wish it would be cool if Canali stayed with Tampa and I want Baker to
Wait, is that how you
return.
say Canales? That's how you say
Canales. I know, I
Canales.
know, I know, I know.
No, 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 no.
And
I thought it was something different. I thought it was
Dave
Canal
Canales.
Dave Canales. Okay.
I wish he was going. If Baker were to leave, and if Dave didn't leave, I wish like a team like Tampa would trade for Justin Fields, but that's just bias. I What's funny is I was getting my hair cut and like the some barber and this guy were having a conversation on the Buccaneers and they were talking about Canales and that he was like just let go and they were wondering if it was like an internal locker room issue or whatever it was. That then I like get a notification on my phone that he's a head coach now. Where is he? Where did he even go? Tennessee, was it? No, that's
Panthers,
Bryce.
Panthers, Panthers.
Yeah, like it's just that happened like pulled out my phone as they were talking about it, and he was now the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, which I love, but it
No, I
just
agree.
sucks. I feel like this was my first year really kind of realizing how often it's with offensive coordinators, it's weird because it's like you want them in the building, even if Dave Canales isn't the guy, like you
I
don't want
think
to be the Tampa team that loses him. You want to be Carolina that just has him as your head coach. So he's locked in as
well, I
opposed
was
to
gonna
just
say
having a great year and leaving.
we know how much of a douchebag Dave Tepper is. So like I think Dave Tepper wanted someone he can control and like not have. That's what I'm saying. He gave a young guy his first coaching job. All right. If he goes in and gets a vet, the vet's gonna tell him, stay the fuck out of my locker room. Like, don't be.
No, I know,
Oh,
but I'm just saying. I think
well, I
it's
mean,
more of
you saw,
you want him like to be Ben
dude,
Johnson, so you don't lose him.
Frank Reich to start the year. You remember Frank Reich was a broken man by the week 11.
Yeah,
Dave Tepper broke Frank Reich.
I mean they just that seems just
A team was like,
they can't draft offensive talent. It
I
feels
mean,
like,
Matt
but
Rule was a quarterback away from having a decent team. No,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Either way, let's go in. Let's hit the headlines that you guys might have missed this past weekend. It is Monday, February 5th. We're joined here by Jackson and Henry. So before we start today's show, let me go ahead and tell you guys what is going on around the NBA. Joel Embiid has undergone a procedure to repair his meniscus. The door is not closed on him returning the season. Obviously, it's more than likely to be close to the playoffs or in the playoffs if he did come. And if you guys are a betting fan, if you had a bet placed on Joel Embiid winning MVP, guess what? You fucking lost. Now, Joel Embiid is set to undergo a procedure to repair that left meniscus. When Jonathan Kuminga fell on it, it was a result of a freak play, not because he played. There's not a recovery timeline under as of right now, but he's extended. He's expected to miss an extended period of time. That's the biggest news for Joel Embiid. While that's going on, we're hearing a different news from a separate 76ers who is on an expiring contract by the name of Tobias Harris. The Detroit Pistons are amongst one of the teams that is more. This is something definitely just interesting happened in the NBA. I mean, I just read a headline and I'm like, what the fuck? But Tobias Harris is somebody that the Sixers don't know if they're going to stay. I think he's going to stay for the rest of the season, but the Pistons could pursue him in the free agency this summer. But if they want to beat them to there, they could trade for it right now. Well, I really don't think there's much to the pack right here besides that Detroit's just trying to find firepower. Especially, I don't think they're going to make a move now because it'd be pointless. But Tobias Harris is somebody to watch in free agency to go to Detroit. The rest of the news before we talk about what I want, the Raptors could move Bruce Brown. We know the Lakers are interested. Andre Drummond's generating trade talks. Clippers, PJ Washington. Hornets are attempting to retrade Kyle Lowry, but the Sixers, Lakers, Magic have interest solely as buyouts. The Nuggets are looking at upgrading their backcourt depth. DeLon Wright is a potential trade target. LeBron James is undecided about the player option. And that's basically it, besides Jared Vanderbilt could be out for season. And Leon Rose and Rich Paul have supposedly figured out their issues between Clutch Sports and the New York Knicks. Now, before I let you guys talk, this is the biggest news. Karl Matikovic, who was a second-round pick by the Pelicans 2 years ago, who is a 6'11" Serbian with a 41-inch vertical. He has left his club in Slovenia and is joining the NBA. I don't specifically understand or have details, but Cesar Milante put out at 8:30 in the morning that the New Orleans Pelicans hold Matikovic NBA draft rights. He's a second-round pick in 2022. He's a 6'11" big man who's averaging 15 and 7 this year, while also getting 2.5 blocks per game across all competitions, including EuroLeague and domestic. The Pelicans are $2.6 million below the luxury tax with one roster spot open. The Pelicans have most of the non-taxpayer med level exception remaining, and they can also use the new second-round pick exception to sign Karlo Matikovic to a 3 or 4 year deal. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I love Karlo Matikovic.
I believe we saw him at
Yes,
Summer League.
and he was catching lobs. He was catching lobs.
And he's flashed. I mean, this is a front court that could use the juice in the playoffs of some size. That's pretty intriguing.
Yeah, I saw that when I was reading. I was like, holy fuck. It's just weird he's coming mid-season. I mean, they must be desperate, or they're just like, hey, fuck Dwayne Dedman and any other free agent big. We rather just bring in Karlo.
Well, maybe he wants to be part of a playoff run,
Definitely. I love it.
Yeah, I like it also. That's big.
Yeah. Henry? Well, I mean, Jackson, what's your thoughts on? I know you don't really know who this is, but what is your opinion on this? Okay.
I'm trying to trade Zion Williamson in fantasy basketball. He's just too unreliable as far as.
Is it that bad this season?
Well, no, they wanted him to be able to play back-to-backs by now, I would assume, and he's not. And
I mean, what's fascinating
as
about
Henry
Zion,
knows, I need games played, man. I need it. Zion's feasting, but I need games played because I'm the 9th seed.
Yeah, I think you're getting what you're getting. I mean, you take him in like the 4th round.
Yeah. Do you have a I would love to trade him for like some dude who just plays every single game. Like, I'd even be desperate enough to take
Bridges.
No, they wouldn't do that. I was thinking even like Michael Porter Jr. and just throwing him a bone.
Michael Porter Jr. is not that guy, but like.
But I need games played, man. I gotta get back into these playoffs.
Well, dude, why don't you just keep Zion because he's awesome when he plays and stream other spots on your roster?
My team's too deep.
How deep? How big is your roster? How many guys are you starting?
Like, my worst players are Nick Richards and Trey Jones and Sohan. I think it's 10 man.
Dude, then your wire is going to be juiced with people.
The wire is juiced, yeah.
Then rotate all three of those guys.
I'm
rotating through Keegan Murray, and it's a 12-man.
Yeah, but
I got no mercy for the bottom.
Sohan just had two. Sohan's getting rebounds like there's no tomorrow,
he is.
And he just dropped 30. I think Trey Jones just dropped 30.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's pounding the glass.
But then he had like 2 points 2.9 rebounds the other night. So you just got to live with it.
Yeah, Sohan is the most fucking confusing guy in the world because some nights he looks like fucking Dennis Rodman, second coming. Okay, does not score the basketball, just rebounds, plays great defense. But then the following night, he figures out offense and he touches God. Okay, for like a game or two, and you're just like, that's what it looks altogether. And then he doesn't do anything. He doesn't rebound for a game, doesn't defend well, and like has turnover.
He's rebounding enough. I know what you're saying. I think Trey Jones to the starters is beneficial for all.
I mean, if you could say fetch an awesome Zion package, cool. But I think maybe even packaging those dudes who are also inconsistent for another better player would be good.
It's trade deadline week. Moves are being made. Derpy doesn't believe in me. Zion's getting traded. Zion's on the block. Tell your friends. Not in real life.
I do want to see what's going to happen with this trade deadline. And we can kind of talk about this where we just talked about it at the beginning. And I think right here, what we saw with this Karl Matikovic is I don't think the market's as good as we thought it'd be. In terms of, I think it's really scarce. I remember reading that Jake Fisher alluded that he would not be just surprised if this is the quietest trade deadline of our lives.
Oh.
And historically, over the last few seasons, we have had double-digit trades on or double-digit amount of players traded on trade deadline. But yeah, it's just seeming like the amount of moves that could go on are less than expected, and that's due to the second tax apron. And so many, there's just people are just either holding on to their guys for an exuberant price, or they're just not willing to pay for what people are. There's more buyers than there are sellers, basically, is what I'm getting at, and what everyone's alluding to. What are your guys' thoughts on that? And if you're a contending team that you think you're like a Tyus Jones away, I don't know if that's really the case, but if you think you're a player or two away from being able to compete, would you guys bite the bullet and overpay for somebody, or would you not? Like the Bruce Browns of the world. I know the Lakers are trying to get Bruce Brown, Dennis Schroeder deal. There's PJ Washington. Ooh. They're saying that it's Gabe Vincent, and I think it's Gabe Vincent, D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino for Dennis Schroeder and Bruce Brown, something along those lines. Is the deal. But what would you guys do, Henry and Jackson?
The Lakers' downfall was Dennis Schroeder.
What do you mean? Oh, letting him go.
Schroeder, like just walking away. I mean, they offered 484. Well, right, 484.
484, but the other one was
I would bite that bullet. Bruce Brown and Dennis Schroeder for a rebuilding or like a weird retool type of whatever the hell Toronto's doing. I'll do that. I would do that so quick, and I don't even want to trade D'Lo.
If I was the Thunder, dude, I would be fucking offering insane deals to people.
Who's available?
I agree with that for sure.
Who are they trading for that's moving the needle?
First off, I would call
Cal Bridges.
No, that's what I'm saying. First off, I'm calling up Utah and Brooklyn and being like, how many picks and what players besides like our main 7 dudes would you want for either of those guys? You guys aren't winning a championship. Here's 5 picks. We've got 30.
They tried that with Utah already.
I know they did try that with Lowry, and Utah just basically said there's nothing on your roster that we want. So I would try and go to McHale and be like, same thing. You want Poku, Trey Mann, whatever. Like, we're not anybody besides Kassan Wallace, Josh. I mean, maybe we'll throw Josh Giddey in there, but Kassan Wallace, Josh Giddey, Shea, J-Dub, J Will. Maybe we throw in J Will there, but Chet, all those guys untouchable. Rest of the roster, you want anybody? Here's 5-7 picks. You can take them. That's what I would be doing if I was. Even for DeMar DeRozan, maybe, man.
Ooh.
For the half year,
staying in Chicago.
I know, but
he's getting us a ring.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be this year because Laughing's out.
I just think there's hesitancy.
I mean, they are going to make some move. They're certainly going to cash in the Davis Bertans chip and add some kind of upgrade, you would think.
I think so, and I think they restructure that contract to make it easier to trade him because people were probably looking at that deal like, hey, bud, like we like the idea, but like that second year is rough. And I think now the second year is only $7 million.
Yeah.
Unguaranteed. So
I really like Mikal on OKC, but they'd have to give up a blue chip to make that happen. I don't know who it would be.
I'm wondering if there is the possibility that I just don't see Miles Bridges being traded, but I do see maybe the Hornets making a trade. I think the Hornets are the biggest. Hornets and the Wizards are the two biggest sellers. I don't think Kyle Kuzma gets traded yet, just because there's no need to trade him yet. But what do you guys think? I guess with this one, if you were the Wizards or Hornets, I don't think Kyle Lowry or Gordon Hayward are tradable, but I think PJ Washington and Nick Richards and JT
Oh,
Thor are the three guys I've heard available.
and that would suck for Richards.
Well, Richards, it's just I think they want to give more minutes than Mark Williams, and then
I know, but do we have an update on Mark Williams?
I don't know. Well, the thing with Nick Richards is he's on a really good contract, and he's like the perfect backup big for like
He really is.
Like the Suns could trade Naz Little for him. The Nuggets could trade a package of Zeke Nanji, and I think it's what's their one of their bottom salaries they could do. Like I think Zeke Nanji and somebody else to get him. There's just a lot of deals that out there to go get Nick Richards, who's just basically going to give you like 7 and 7 in 18 minutes with a block. Yeah,
I'd trade him if I was the Rockets.
Yeah, I'd give up several second round picks.
Give him Jayshawn Tate.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Henry? Out of those two teams, I think the only teams that are really going to sell are the Wizards or the Hornets.
Bulls are probably in there.
I mean, I think that Portland is trying their hardest to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not a Jeremy Grant deal gets done, the Brogdon rumors have been really quiet.
What's the staff editor?
I really wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets traded for Brogdon.
Somebody who edits like a department's worth of content.
Oh, okay. But so yeah, no, the Rockets are another great one, dude. The Rockets, Jock Landale and like several second round picks for Nick Richards.
Malcolm Brogdon.
For the Rock Show.
I just wouldn't be surprised if I'm not really seeking that trade out like Amin, but Ime is prioritizing Jayshawn over him, so I don't really know what the word is with that, but I just wouldn't be surprised if I check Twitter and Brogdon's a Rocket.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just trying to think of Brogdon, and the thing with Brogdon and Mr. Jeremy Grant, I feel like Portland's just playing hardball. Jim Cronin's just like now on this like righteous path where he's like, oh, I'm a god at trading. Like people need him to go. I think Jim Cronin's on a righteous. I don't even know if it's righteous, but I think he's now decided I'm going to be the world's toughest negotiator. If you're going to do business with me, just be ready to have fucking hell. Though, let's go over here. Let's talk about these Memphis Grizzlies. Should we touch on the Tony Snell story?
I saw something interesting that he needs to be signed for the whole season. Is that true?
So
it can't just be a 10-day.
Let me explain it. So the deadline was on Friday, I think, to get a full year's service. And what ended up happening, it was never, I think, so everyone was like, well, can't you get him on a 10-day? So what Snell was asking teams, the other thing is he can still do this next year. Snell was asking teams to sign to be signed as he can receive a 10th year of NBA service. Obviously, this would allow him to qualify for the NBA PA's premier medical plan, providing healthcare for him and his family for the rest of their lives. Friday's the last day a team could sign him for Snell to qualify for his 10th year of service, earning retirement benefits. Snell said on the Today Show in June 2023 that he was diagnosed with autism at 31. Both of his sons are both autistic. Yeah. And,
Tony Snell has autism?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So you didn't know this?
Well, as a Bulls fan, I can't believe you didn't know this.
I thought you knew this, man. But so basically, the NBAPA a few years ago voted that they would give a funded health insurance to retired players with at least 3 years of service. And obviously, the more years of service you have, the better. But if a player has 3 or more years of service, they're able to get health insurance and continue to agree into the CBA. This covers any hospital prescription drug, reduced out of pocket care. For 7 or more players, the player gets a premium plan that has lower deductibles and lower copays. If you have 10 years or more, the player gets the premium plan not just for himself, but his entire family. So basically, his healthcare only covers him right now, and he has to pay healthcare out of pocket. So since he played 9 years, he's currently on a healthcare plan that covers medical, hospital, prescription drug coverage. And Snell's among players with 3 or more years of service, beginning at 2001, who have access to 150K in health care reimbursement. We could go into all this fucking financial crap and talk about how you remember a few years last year, the whole defrauding of healthcare. Just a long thing, but okay. So why does the trade deadline complicate things? And where is Snell playing? He's right now playing for the main Celtics.
Lobsters.
Yeah, main Celtics, averaging 11.6 rebounds and 2.5 assists. And there was a chance for him to get signed with the deadline on February 8th. It complicates his chances as teams often need to leave an empty roster spot to execute 2-for-1s or 3-for-1 deals. They are less likely to sign him and inherit that contract value if they need to cut him to complete a trade by February 8th. Once he is signed, he can't be traded as a contract lasts through the remainder of the season. If health insurance deadline were next Friday, it would have been simpler for teams to sign Snell, as there might have been more open roster spots. All right, shout out Mike Virkanov and Mr. Lucas Weiss for this of The Athletic. But what I want to get at was this isn't the real reason. There are tax implications. All right. Even though it's a league minimum contract, I'm pretty sure a few teams, it's not just like the trade deadline's the bigger part, but like some teams that are up against the second apron and or teams that they
Do you have to take pills for autism?
no. So what Tony Snell probably has is like Asperger's,
No.
which is autism, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. But like a very low, it just means you're socially awkward
I
usually.
got you.
So like if you have autism, there's a lot of people that have autism that you don't know it, and they can be like athletically or like in intellectually like geniuses. It just comes down to, I believe, like how far they are on the spectrum. The lower they are, I think it comes down that you just don't have social qualms or like social cues is the best way to
Yeah.
put it. You don't know how to like operate, and like you have triggers in social. Usually, it's most. I'm pretty sure most commonly misdiagnosed as social anxiety, like severe crippling social anxiety, but like it's actually you have Asperger's and you don't know how to operate in social situations. Again, I'm not a therapist or anything, but this is from like my limited. I have a few friends who had like best friends growing up who were autistic, and like they've told me it was just more like, and their friends who have autism booze and smoke weed.
Fuck.
I don't know about that one. I've never asked that, but I do know that they would booze and smoke weed because like I've smoked and boozed with them. They just told me beforehand, like, "Hey,
Yeah, I have autism.
no, like their friends just told me, hey, my friend has autism. Just don't be an asshole, Ciro. Just don't be a prick." And but so there's that. All right, let's go ahead and move forward with today's lesson. And I want to say that it is funny seeing how so far the Shea is just like getting. I feel like Shea's not getting the love he should be for how fucking good they are. It's like he has to do this one more season to be considered a true MVP candidate.
I think people. I feel like it's similar with the Wolves. Just it's kind of crazy, like
Anthony Edwards, though.
But OKC and Minnesota are still like not only the best teams in the West, but just the best teams in the league. And so I think once the trade deadline passes and All-Star break hits, that's when people start to really kind of notice, like, oh shit. this team could do it. Like Minnesota with Rudy Gobert's a superstar on defense. But then when we get to the playoffs, I'm curious what it looks like. But I think with Shea, OKC, I think post All-Star break, just coming up. Isn't that this month?
In 2 weeks, All-Star break.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck the All-Star break. I'm so fucking pissed about that.
Still today's the day. Today's the day you should hear something.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I know. If I don't hear something by the end of the day, I gotta fucking send a follow-up email. I'm so mad.
I'm an All-Star.
Yeah, I'm not an All-Star. Well,
got snubbed.
Like, basically, yeah, I got snubbed. Henry got accepted. Henry got accommodated, and then they sent me saying they couldn't accommodate me, and I've sent Media Central and Page, like the comms director for the NBA, like, hey, like I work for USA Today, and I'm being told I can't. There's no accommodations, so
snubbed.
I know.
I'm sure it'll work out.
I'm hoping I'm about to raise hell. I wish I had a boring name, like in these moments. I wish my name was like Joe Schmo, because like I could be any Joe Schmo. They're gonna forever know my name. Also, Jackson, a drive-by shooting happened like right in front of us. Like we dove for cover. We're
Miami.
Leaving, yeah, we're leaving Little Dicky at like 4:30, 5 in the morning. I don't even remember what
Jesus.
And we're walking to my car, and we kind of parked in a bad area because I was like, oh, like no, like we won't have to pay for parking here. Like it's like right next to the ghetto, but it wasn't the ghetto. It was like like the street over was the ghetto, and we're just all like lollygagging and walking, and all I hear is, and dude, go for a car, go.
That Baltimore instinct comes out.
Dude, I'd say it was probably like 10 feet away from us though.
It was next to us.
It was in the street right in front of us.
Who are they shooting at?
It was two cars. They were either shooting at the other car, or they were just like firing up into the air for fun.
Oh,
seriously, it was one of those two things for sure.
Yeah, it's one of those two things. Yeah, definitely. Like it was a car. We're on the sidewalk. Two cars pull up on the street next to each other. Bah, bah. First one, I was like, firework? No. Second one, I realized, and I just dove. I didn't even know what to happen. I haven't even checked if my jeans are like scratched or anything, because like I didn't even care. I just dove.
Gotta love Miami. Nothing better.
That was insane. Oh, all right. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Also, when we were walking into the club, 95% sure, like middle-aged women thought of me as Lil Dicky, and then taking pictures like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, you guys asked me for a picture. I'm just pissed.
If you had like what's the color? Brunette hair,
brown hair.
If you had brown hair, it'd be
be spot on.
Did you go on stage?
No, I was right there though. Dude, Dick just did a 30-minute.
Gata there?
Gata was there.
Really?
Gata did a song.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't even know what song it was because I
didn't know he was. Is he like actually part of the posse, the crew?
Yeah. It's Lil Dicky and Gata basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's kind of geek. It was cool. He sang the national anthem. Oh,
really?
Yeah. He did. Nice. He played
like that.
How Can I Be a Baller, which was from.
I'm not gonna know any of these.
He played a couple songs from his.
Did he play Molly?
No, he didn't play anything from his either albums. Actually, one song he did. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That sounds familiar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These hooks got me scoring from afar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They see me coming from afar.
No. Nothing. Did he do Earth?
No. I'm pretty sure he hates that song.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, didn't they say he did do Freaky Friday?
Oh, I know that song. That's catchy.
think he hated the end though. He was like, "I'm DJ Khaled." It was kind of funny. The end of that song, he did not seem like he had fun singing the end of Freaky Friday. But yeah, it was a 30-minute show, 40-minute show that started at like 3 in the morning, 3:30 in the
Nice.
morning, and then he just went sat down.
Nice.
Yeah, and the only people who could go up to him were like strippers or like hot chicks or like yeah, it was all right.
Rippers.
Oh, dude, we were basically at a strip club.
Oh, nice.
We saw Lil Dicky at a strip club. Basically, I don't.
Must have gotten a nice little payday there.
Yeah, yeah. Is 11 a strip club, Henry? Oh,
Yeah.
it's just a strip club. It's not a nightclub. It's a strip club.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I mean, it's like they advertise it as like a mix, like a party strip club, but yeah, it's a strip club for sure.
Yeah, that is so a strip club. If I've ever been to somewhere that was a strip club, just like hot, dude. The
Any
amount
polls?
you cannot make eye contact with a woman there without being pulled. And like, yeah, I have to go there. I'm like, look, honey, like you're
Oh my
great.
god.
Like, is it half of them speak Spanish? So they're like trying to speak terrible English to me. And then I just look at them and I'm like, chica, no necesita pagar para como vos, which I just say.
Chica.
Well,
No
I just tell,
más. No
yeah,
más.
well, I just tell them in Spanish. I was like, hey, honey, I don't need to pay for a girl like you.
Oh,
And like
jeez.
half of them get
Fuck,
so
dude.
yeah, half of them get pissed. And I say that it's just me being cocky, but like, but what is true though? I don't go to a strip club. I got one lap dance. Okay. And like, and I don't go to strip clubs to get fucking I don't need to go to a strip club.
What?
No, I have no enjoyment at strip clubs.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, should I trade Jaden Hardy for Caleb Houston in the second? Is that too
What
low of
the
a sell?
hell?
That's too low of a sell. Caleb Houston is fucking awful.
Yeah, but he's big. He's big and can shoot.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
Yeah, but Jaden Hardy is like this is already a Mavs team that has Quentin Grimes and my stars and Malcolm Brogdon, and I still got Exum for the next 2 years or for the next year after this. And Jaden Hardy only has a 3-year contract, so I have him next year, and then he enters restricted free agency. And Houston, I have 2 more years of team control after this.
Whatever
That's
makes
still
your
too low.
heart.
Is that still too low of a sell, you think?
I just wouldn't go. I think I just would not. Caleb Houston's gonna get cut. I don't unless you want the pick. I think you could use Shane Hardy and something else.
No.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go over here and talk. Oops. What is it, Pearl?
Turtle.
Pearl. Alrighty. Share. Is this you seeing this?
Nick Richards.
Evan Mobley.
Isaiah Thomas.
Whoa. Who the oh, it's Isaiah Mobley.
Hey. Record.
That's so stupid.
That is stupid. Future Laker.
That's who Isaiah or Evan.
Both. Isaiah for sure.
Yeah,
Reason
Madden?
why, reason
Madden?
why Sasha Vezenkov is a king.
Why?
Because they traded him for Isaiah Mobley.
No way.
Yeah.
That's funny. I actually did not know that.
Traded the draft rights.
I figured. Damn. So what's your plans for today, boys? Gotta work.
Is it raining by you guys?
No, it rained yesterday. But I got to hoop. I was gonna hoop today. I didn't hoop yesterday.
It's raining like every day.
It rained yesterday. I don't know if it rained last night, but it looks pretty dry outside. Yeah. Why do you have your Christmas tree up? It's February 5th.
Where else am I gonna put it?
In storage.
I want to put this thing in my car and take it to storage when it looks perfectly fine right there.
Okay, you live in a 2 or a 1 bedroom?
One.
One. Do you have a den?
Oh, that's my dad. I love it. I love my Christmas tree.
I'm glad. I'm glad. Do you bring chicks over? They go, oh, you have a Christmas tree up?
No. I mean, people don't really come here, so no. Like, I'm still so jolly and so merry.
It's just
Just gonna carry it into the whole year, the rest of the year.
you're like be not you, not you. This is terrible. Someone that's in the same exact position as you with a Christmas tree would be found dead next to the Christmas tree. They're gonna be like, oh, it's a shame that he killed himself, but at least he died happy next to his lit up Christmas tree in March. That's definitely what they say.
That'll be up forever, even when I
Yeah.
move.
You're gonna be like that guy from Clerks where they had to have the open casket because he tried to suck his own dick, and then his mom finds him, balls resting on his chin.
I got no idea.
Yeah.
Balls on chin.
He
How
never
does that
said
angle even work?
he broke his back and died,
Oh, jeez.
and his mother
Oh.
found him, balls resting on his chin.
No.
You've never seen Clerks? That's such a great line from a Clerks. They're like, "Yeah, my cousin Willie died." He's like, "How'd he die?" He's like, "Dad tried sucking his own dick. My aunt found him, balls resting on his chin. It was a sight to see. She was in shock."
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Clerks.
I don't know what a gas station clerk, a grocery clerk,
I mean, a little bit of both. It's a movie from the
both
90s.
BOAF.
Yeah, BOAF. Both.
I want both of Dennis Schroeder and Bruce Brown.
All right. Well, I got nothing. You got anything else you guys want to touch on? Silence.
Lakers trades.
Lakers trade. We can do a free agency primer. I'm not free agency primer. Trade deadline predictions tomorrow.
Miles Bridges to LA.
I think he stays.
X for vacation.
I think Miles Bridges, only thing he likes more than his money is, beating up the post.
Beating up women he's dating.
The mother of his children.
The windshield of cars.
Yeah.
I bet he's a good dude, though.
Yeah.
Solid. Yeah, solid on his
Solid
shoulders.
dude. I'd get a beer with him.
I'd get a beer. I'd smoke a blunt with him.
Play 9 with the guy.
You know what I wouldn't do with the guy? Get him mad.
Yeah, it happens. That's so
It happens
shitty.
to the best of us. Sometimes you beat the shit out of a woman in front of your kids just because like he gets the best of you.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that joke kind of landed flat, but like
Yeah, it's still a dire.
it is definitely a dire situation.
It's a desperate situation. Well, hey, man, he's putting the ball on the rim.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I mean, shooter's gonna shoot.
Great
So.
rapper.
Yeah, great rapper. Something's
Is
going
there,
on
like-
in Charlotte, man.
is
They're
there, like,
just
disrespect
breeding
now?
rappers.
Damian Lillard. Why do people disrespect Damian Lillard as a rapper? I hear so many people that are like, "Oh, I don't rap like Dame. Like I got my own stuff."
Because he's not leading Milwaukee to a championship.
Wow. Check
What?
standings.
He hasn't looked the part.
Wow.
Man,
Check
he's
standings.
He's going through a divorce.
True, yeah, he's
Yeah.
got stuff on his mind. I shouldn't say that.
He's legit
Feel for you, Dan.
he ain't 23 anymore.
Weren't
which
they
is,
married for super long?
like high school sweethearts?
Yeah,
Or
right?
high school or college sweethearts. I'm pretty sure his kids don't live in
Ayla
Milwaukee.
Hansen.
I think
Damn, they got coached by Utah yesterday.
yeah, I think his kids are in Portland still.
Mm.
I mean, he's right. He's like not a happy dude, probably. Right now.
Irreconcilable differences.
I remember when the divorce was announced, everyone was like, she said Miami or nothing. It was probably grew apart.
I believe I'm reading this.
The best is
stupid-ass
Klay
article.
Thompson. You know, Klay Thompson's girl, his engagement ended because he got found with a bunch of groupies in bed.
Who?
Klay Thompson's fiance
Oh my
came
god.
home to Klay Thompson and a bunch of groupies in bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, search this up.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
his engagement ended because he had like supposedly like 3 or 4 chicks in bed with him.
Wow.
Klay Thompson's got that dog in him.
That's crazy. He's got nothing going for him, does he? It's tough.
You know, he has that dope ass English bulldog that he drives around.
He's about to get benched. The capital B.
No, Jordan Poole's
Karma.
average. Yeah, have you guys seen
You know who is the Jordan Poole? You know who needs more minutes? He's the star of What Would
Caleb
You
Houston.
Do? Lester Quinones.
He was good the other day.
Like that dude he hasn't played at all this year. And it's kind of annoying. TBH, kind of gay.
Well, he's about to play a lot with Wiggins missing time.
Yeah, I just had to drop him.
Whoa, are you guys seeing this storyline? So there's a picture of the interview from LeBron where he's wearing a Knicks towel.
Whoa.
Yeah, so let me pull this up.
LeBron to the Knicks.
LeBron James uses Knicks as a way to pressure the Lakers. And Brian Windhorst says he was cognizant and aware that he was putting on a towel that said New York Knicks. Why would he mess with the Knicks? Because he was using the Knicks as a tool to pressure the Lakers. It's on the screen now. And what do you guys think of this? I mean, I do believe I
Pretty cool.
have said that I think
Looks good on him.
I think Bronny is playing 2 years of college ball. And after the second year of college, so he's going to play 2 years of college ball. So LeBron will do 1 more year in LA. In the next offseason, he's going to leave LA for whatever team. Unless he's stoked that Bronny's going to go undrafted, which means Bronny can choose wherever he goes, and they're going to be in free agency together this offseason.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, I think Bronny stays another year. Henry, what's your thoughts on college? You're the college basketball man. Bronny stays a year.
I do think he stays. Yeah, I've been aligned with that take. I think that the money he can make and the fact that it's been a really like chaotic.
It was a gap year. It was a gap.
And
Yeah,
playing wise for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Freak. If the heart thing did not happen, I think it would be a different situation. But I've been saying this because of the heart thing that this was going to be a gap year because he wasn't going to be. I knew this was going to be a pretty shitty year of basketball for him. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but I knew it was going to be there. Can you give us a little update on why Bronny James has struggled?
I haven't been to too many UFC games, so let's see if we can deduce.
Like from what you're seeing, because he's not even looking like the defender that he was known for coming into college.
He's banging co-eds.
Yeah, he just hasn't really done anything at a high level, not rebounding, not getting steals, 28% from deep,
What's his
facilitating but turning the ball over.
What's his best game?
He posted 15 points and 3 assists against Oregon State at the end of December.
Shooting percentage?
He has 3 games with double-digit scoring. He was 6 of 11 in that game.
Damn. Yeah, it just seems like he's rusty or out of it.
Yeah, he's got 2 games with double-digit shots, so he hasn't really been doing much. He's only played like 30% of their minutes.
Makes sense.
Started 4 times.
Makes sense. All right, I'm done. You guys got anything else?
Not unless you guys have other Jane Hardy trade ideas.
No, I
Because
don't.
I am fond of Jane Hardy, but I think
KJ Martin in a second.
Rashawn Holmes, Maxi Kleba.
Gone. Rashawn Holmes is gone. And I need someone I can play 5 out with.
Maxi
Terry in a
Kleba's hurt.
second.
No,
Maxi Kleba's injured. Maxi Kleba hasn't played more than 30 games in like 4 seasons.
he's back though.
Yeah, for how long? nor is he the same guy he used to be.
Wow.
I would like to move that salary from the
What'd he
having
do to
him
you?
2 years from now.
Just go get Daniel Gafford and like
Go get
mm,
Lester Quinones.
did a great game the other day.
Dude, he's a baller. He's Jordan. He could be Jordan Poole.
Dude, people are really tearing apart Steve Kerr.
Got to win those games.
Mm.
Clay's got to set his feet. It's cute with it. I can't believe they lost second. Lake Show taking down Nick's tape. That was cool.
That was cool. The Utah Jazz game was good. Clips was good. I think there were a lot of good games on last.
Clips are an insane basketball team.
They are pretty insane.
They
and
are an
got
insane team.
Emily and Tice.
It
upset.
is relatively exciting.
It definitely is. We're still live, but go live. I'm gonna head out. Take shit.